Hey, T-Sippers. Hey, T-Sippers. I was supposed to been on here. My dad had a spin. So listen. I'm gonna come on here and do it a little different. Hold on. I don't even know if I took it off of unlisted. I'm not even sure. So listen. It's showing disconnected. It's a lot going on today. What can I say? I need to change my title up because I heard oh, Trumpy Dumpy got a last minute stay. Hi, Karen. Lord, I'm gonna have to go get my eyes checked. I'm gonna have to go get them checked. He got a last minute stay. I'm hearing Ghislaine Maxwell bragging. Bragging? What you bragging for? Her sweetheart deal. Oh, Jiggy Wicky. Chicky. Diddy. I just cannot believe he in there drunk off of Fanta and apple juice. What type of... Let me get this set up, y'all, so that we can go in about what's going on. I can give my opinion. But I want y'all to hear about Ghislaine Maxwell in there bragging about how she get her chef brings in her food. No one in the facility, no one in the camp cupcake can make her food for her. What the hell you mean? So we the taxpayers who are concerned about the Epstein files and concerned about the victims in the state of Texas, we paying for her to have special meals and shit catered in, or a chef comes in and prepare her food for her? You lying to me? You lying to me? Is that what we doing, Donald Trump? Every foreigner that breaks a crime in the USA, our money, pay for that, pay for you to pardon them, steal from us, and y'all still don't see a reason to get his ass out of office. What is it gonna take? Yeah, hold on. Let me do this right here. Let me get this. Y'all want to hear it? Y'all want to hear that? Why I fixed this? Okay, let's go.
Victims. The family of one victim calls it
and she bragging about it.
Inappropriate lenience.
A person in Donald Trump's life who holds a really big card of trouble. Yeah.
Trouble.
And I'm going to show that story to you in just a few seconds.
Everybody that's in trouble.
On this Saturday, you're sitting about chilling.
That done help him make money. Traffic kids.
A nice view or got some plans.
Still cryptocurrency.
For 20 years of child X trafficking.
Listen.
Doing the exact same thing because she holds the key to Donald Trump's future. And while Donald Trump is allowing 40 million people to starve as we approach the holidays, along with basically shutting down the airspace as well, This individual is enjoying her self-made coffee because of Donald Trump. I'm going to show it to you in a few seconds. But let's remember this in terms of how we got here just over the last few months. This.
Frustration and anger this morning from the victims of convicted sex traffickers Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. The Trump administration has transferred Maxwell to a different prison without alerting Maxwell's victims. The family of one victim calls it an outrage and inappropriate leniency for Maxwell, who they fear might soon secure a presidential pardon.
Donald knows everything about everything and doesn't want to talk to Congress or ask for any form of judicial branch oversight to anything he wants.
That means her only chance of getting out of prison is a pardon from you. Is that something you're...
Who are we talking about?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
I'd have to take a look at it. I have a lot of people who have asked me for pardons.
But she was convicted of child trafficking.
But when it comes to this person, he has to,
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to take a look at it. I'd have to ask DOJ.
and this is the effect that it has.
Maxwell were to receive a pardon at some point, what would that mean for you?
It would unwind everything that my sister and all the survivors fought for. It would be a disgrace of justice.
You just watched it. You just heard it. You can hear the pain, the victims, their families, they are still enduring from Epstein's crimes. Just moments ago, we got this statement from an attorney for numerous victims and survivors on the release today of the transcripts of Ghislaine Maxwell's interview with Deputy AG Todd Blanche. Quote, Ghislaine Maxwell was federally indicted on 2 perjury counts as a result of her testimony during her civil deposition. Having been convicted of trafficking, she is now in jail, presumably hoping that she will receive a pardon from President Trump.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to take a look at it. I'd have to ask DOJ.
But in this breaking story, from her own mouth and the level of special treatment she, Ghislaine Maxwell, is getting. Listen to what Ghislaine Maxwell has expressed to friends and family in written letters about how amazing it is at this moment because it involves Donald Trump, who will bend over for anyone that will protect or like him. Check this story out. Breaking news. This is fantastic. Ghislaine Maxwell gushes over special treatment in prison. Convicted ex-offender and Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell gushed over her special privileges in prison recently in a series of letters to her family and attorney, NBC News reported Saturday. In quotes, I feel like I have dropped through Alice in Wonderland's looking glass, Ghislaine wrote to her relative in a letter dated August 8th. I am much happier here and more importantly safe. So yes, everyone can breathe a sigh. Why? For starters, shortly after reporting revealed new details about Trump's relationship with Epstein, however, Maxwell was quietly transferred to a minimum security prison in Texas, a transfer that ran afoul of Justice Department policy as it relates to ex-offenders. So Maxwell enjoys the cushier conditions at the low-security prison. She's been entitled to special privilege described as VIP treatment. They're even delivering her meals to her, and no inmates is allowed to prepare her meals, wrote one inmate at Texas prison, according.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that with y'all good ear? You lying to me. Nobody can prepare her meals. Let me back that up.
As it relates to ex-offenders. So you're here, and more importantly, safe. So yes, everyone can breathe a sigh. Why? For starters, shortly after reporting revealed new details about Trump's relationship with Epstein, however, Maxwell was quietly transferred to a minimum security prison in Texas, a transfer that ran afoul of Justice Department policy as it relates to ex-offenders. So Maxwell enjoys the cushier conditions at the low-security prison. She's been entitled to special privilege described as VIP treatment. They're even delivering
Ghislaine Maxwell.
her, and no inmates is allowed to prepare her meals, wrote one inmate at Texas prison.
So no inmates can prepare her meals for her. Why? Why? Now remember, this is so security, so low of security, minimum security, that this heifer can go out and get a job if she want to. So he just making a good cushion for her, long as she keep his name out the bull crap, right? so he can pardon her. And I told y'all yesterday, it felt like he know the heat is hot, and the blue waves got him all scared. So now he finna pardon folk he know good and damn well he don't need to be pardoning. Quick. You know. Diddy in there getting drunk and shit off of Fanta and what is it, apple cider vinegar, apple juice or some shit. So he was like, oh no, I can't touch that right now. But this heifer over here bragging and shit. Let's keep listening. Nobody in prison can prepare her meals for her. Well, how's she eating? Huh? How's she eating, AunTeaFee? How the hell she eating? She got a chef. They got her some of them hello prepared meals and shit. I mean, what? Let's listen.
Entitled to special privilege described as VIP treatment. They're even delivering her meals to her, and no inmates is allowed to prepare her meals, wrote one inmate at Texas prison, according to emails obtained.
So she using DoorDash. Who paying for it? Who paying for it? Thank you for the Sundays, Janet. Thank you. Mwah. Who paying for DoorDash? I mean, so are the tax-paying citizens, the people who was on snaps, who ain't getting their money because they honored a last-minute 9, 10 o'clock stay? Because Trump don't know if he can put that money back in fast enough. He making all type of phone calls. I hope they, He making phone calls late in the midnight hour. That's why he can't go to sleep at night. Sleeping all during the day in meetings, press conferences. Because his ass was on the phone all night before, begging for folk to give him back some of that money he done stole. They own to us. All them Democrats, people flipped on me. I need some of that money back. They saying, give me through the weekend. Let me see what I can do. Is that what's going on? Huh? So who paying for her meals? DoorDash and Uber. Can any of them other inmates in there who really got minimal crimes, nothing against kids, can they order Uber, DoorDash? But who paying for it? She ain't got that much money on her books. And why the other inmates can't prepare her food for her? So when it's y'all, because, you know, I was listening to some of them old janky ass white men yesterday talking about how bad it was in the MDC. Hey, Max to the boogie. Max. I was waiting on you, chick. Y'all, shout out to Max. That's my girl. Shout out to Max. But yeah, talking about how bad the conditions was in MDC. It was inhumane. Well, when did it become inhumane? Hell, I thought that's what prison was. I thought it was supposed to be bad enough to make your ass not want to break the law no more. So when did it become bad? Oh, it ain't bad for black people. It's just bad for you people. Is that what you're telling me? I'd be glad when y'all accept the fact. I need for y'all to hear this with your good ear. I'll be glad when y'all accept the fact that y'all came from us. We, the people, didn't come from y'all. I think it hurt y'all hard. I think that that's some of the reason why, hell, y'all are so black-hearted, dark-hearted. Because y'all can't handle the truth. Your jealousy, your spite, your envy can't handle the fact that we, one, are chosen. Two, better, stronger, more creative, more beautiful. Yeah. Y'all want everything we have. Everything we have. Tan skin, hell. He don't like brown, so he settled for orange. What type of shit? He don't like brown and black, so he settled for orange. And he can't blend that shit in well. Yeah. Y'all want boobs, you want the butt, the big thighs. Y'all work out to look like you us. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. AunTeaFee. AunTeaFee. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Yeah. Hell. Nowadays, y'all more thick than black girls. But that's how y'all work out. Yeah, so y'all want everything we have naturally. Yeah. You could say, well, y'all are perming y'all hair. I give you that. That's because we want to deal with the coarse hair. But now we figured out how to make that work. But hell, you mess around and we see y'all in the knots in y'all head and braids, cornrows. I can't just necessarily say y'all want our men, because hell, some of our men want y'all. But y'all do know this: blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You don't ever hear us saying nothing sweet. Yeah. But I'm going to carry on. It just fascinates me why y'all dislike us so. And we are just naturally loving and caring. Loving and caring. Even when y'all had us enslaved. And your mama couldn't bear that milk. Couldn't stand your lips sucking on their nipples. So they made somebody out in the field who already had some milk. Breastfeed you. Because even y'all mama didn't like y'all. She gave you over to the black lady for you to suck on her nipples and get your nourishment. And then some of y'all still have the nerve to dislike black people. So not only do you have our DNA, but some of y'all got our milk. Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell them. I know they can't tell you why. Because they're going to lie. Everything we finding out has been a lie. They're going to say we more aggressive. No. Yeah, they gonna say that we break the law more. Mm-mm. 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 That ain't true. Ain't none of that true. Y'all don't have no reason other than favor. And then you know that old saying, they say favor ain't fair. And I've always had a problem with that little old saying. Favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair. Favor is fair. I just don't like that. Favor is fair. Everybody have a season. If it ain't your season, it ain't your season. But just hold on. Hold on. Everybody have a season. Yeah. So I ain't never like that little saying. We just have to find a way to make it work. Favor is fair. Yeah, you don't know what that person went through to get that favor. Yeah, y'all don't know what we went through to get that strength. Y'all couldn't weather the same storms we weathered. If you really want to know why y'all hate us. Y'all ain't never, ever gonna be stronger than us. Y'all gotta trick, deceive. Yeah. And we gotta stop being so lazy and gullible and pay attention to what they're doing. Because Trump think he's slick. He definitely got a plan. That's why he don't have that money. And then you lying and saying we made trillions off of that tariffs, knowing good and damn well that's a lie. Hell, because we don't have no more money to give your ass. You just want more and more to keep stealing. And you want that money that you done invested over there to make some money. Bring us back our money so we can pay that SNAP bill. Hell, you need to stop taking money out of my damn check. Let's be clear. I'll go exempt. I can't do that. Then that will be between me and God. Woo! You see that old fee came out.
By NBC News. Maxwell also
Let's go, baby, because I used to have some tricks too, silly rabbit. I just don't do that type of stuff no more. Because it's between me and God. And I don't want to go back to the end of the holy line. Yeah, we too close to the end for me to be trying to start over. He done brought me from a mighty long ways for me to want to start over. See, I care. Hey, Mrs. Tom. Hey, Miss Tom. I ain't gonna tell y'all why I'm showing my face today. I thought I was gonna be lazy. Whew, Lord, my sister called me. Anyway, let's listen. Come on now.
2 perjury counts as a result of her test.
She in there ordering DoorDash to the prison.
It would be a disgrace of justice.
You just watched it. You just heard it. You can hear the pain, the victims, their families, they are still enduring from Epstein's crimes. Just moments ago, we got this statement from an attorney for numerous victims and survivors on the release today of the transcripts of Ghislaine Maxwell's interview with Deputy AG Todd Blanche. Quote, Ghislaine Maxwell was federally indicted on 2 perjury counts as a result of her testimony during her civil deposition. Having been convicted of trafficking, she is now in jail, presumably hoping that she will receive a pardon from President Trump.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to take a look at it. I have to ask DOJ.
But in this breaking story, from her own mouth and the level of special treatment she, Ghislaine Maxwell, is getting. Listen to what Ghislaine Maxwell has expressed to friends and family in written letters about how amazing it is at this moment because it involves Donald Trump, who will bend over for anyone that will protect or like him. Check this story out.
Thirsty
Breaking news.
ass.
This is fantastic. Ghislaine Maxwell gushes over special treatment in prison. Convicted ex-offender and Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell gushed over her special privileges in prison recently in a series of letters to her family and attorney, NBC News reported Saturday. In quotes, "I feel like I have dropped through Alice in Wonderland's looking glass," Ghislaine wrote to her relative in a letter dated August 8th. "I am much happier here and more importantly safe. So yes, everyone can breathe a sigh." Why? For starters, shortly after reporting revealed new details about Trump's relationship with Epstein, however, Maxwell was quietly transferred to a minimum security prison in Texas, a transfer that ran afoul of Justice Department policy as it relates to ex-offenders. So Maxwell enjoys the cushier conditions at the low-security prison. She's been entitled to special privilege described as VIP treatment. They're even delivering her meals to her, and no inmates is allowed to prepare her meals, wrote one inmate at Texas prison, according to emails obtained by NBC News. Maxwell also has received special treatment as it pertains to the Supreme Court case, where justices weighed in on her petition to be released, a petition that the justices ultimately threw out. In a letter to her attorney, Maxwell said that the prison warden had worked in tandem with her legal counsel to expedite filings on her behalf for the Supreme Court, special treatment that no one criminal defense attorney described as highly unusual. In quotes, "That's a rare occurrence," said Patrick McLean, a criminal defense attorney who represented women at the Texas prison, speaking with NBC News. "It would be like the head of a large corporation of a manufacturing plant regularly having contact with people on the assembly line." And in response to Maxwell's mail being published, her attorney David Oscar Marcus lashed out at outlets for their coverage. In quotes, "That's tabloid behavior, not responsible reporting," Marcus said in a statement NBC News reported. "Anyone still interested in that kind of gossip reveals far more about themselves than about Ghislaine."
Oh, wow.
It's time to get over the fact that she's in a safer facility. We should want that for everyone. And we remind you in this breaking story, Maxwell said, "This is fan."
Well, move, Suge Knight. Move, Ira. Huh? Move, Hoover. It's a whole bunch of people. If that's the sentiment, it's a whole bunch of people. What makes her so special is she was playing with kids. See, anybody who think like that to me, probably on the list. Probably play with kids. Switch out their daughters and sons. Yeah, I said it. Absolutely.
Fantastic. Oh gosh, yeah, it's fantastic. How super that is for the victims, for the victims' families.
They don't care nothing about that.
The holidays to find out you're writing letters about how awesome it is to be you, because Donald Trump is scared to death of what you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is exactly how Donald Trump functions. He is nothing more than a transactional clown show con man. And he's continuing to do it on the American public, and he will press his thumb for as far as he can press it to get whatever it is he needs. That's why I love debt, and that's why he filed bankruptcy after bankruptcy.
He loved debt.
Never take the fall for anything.
He loved debt.
We make sure.
Yeah, that's what I heard the other day. He running the U.S. the same way he ran his businesses, and all of them ended up in bankruptcy. You understand? And guess what? That lines up with exactly what Bibi Netanyahu said 10, 15, 20 years ago, what he plans to do with the U.S. Leave them bankrupt. That is absolutely his plan, to leave us bankrupt.
This is the prayer that
That's
the
what it
devil
is.
despises. There's a prayer that, once you discover its power,
Hello, everybody. I wish I was speaking to you today under better circumstances. I truly do. But I've been watching the news just like you. And I have to tell you, my heart is heavy. I'm seeing reports that the government shutdown, a shutdown that should never have happened, is now so severe that the FAA,
This Department of Justice
folks
is
that keep our
following through
skies
with
safe,
President Trump's commitment to
is having
transparency.
to cut flights, not because of weather, not because of a security threat, but because of gridlock. because of a failure of leadership in Washington. Thousands.
Janie, please explain that to me. Excuse me, y'all. Janie Doe said this Department of Justice is following through on President Trump's commitment to transparency and lifting the veil on disgusting actions of Jeffrey Epstein. Janie Doe, Precious. Now, I know I said my eyesight going bad finally, but I don't know what you see. I don't know what you talking about. Listen, Stephen, listen to the message. Please don't come on here asking me shit about no AI. Listen to the message. And if you can't, say la vie, baby. You ain't even hit the like button. Get your ass up out of here. You worried about the wrong thing. Y'all kill me. What difference does it make? It is his voice, his message. And you didn't hit the like button. Damn.
Of flights. Grandmothers who can't see their grandchildren, business trips canceled. Families stuck in terminals wondering what's going on and why. Because in the wealthiest, most powerful nation on earth, we can't seem to get the basics right. We can't seem to keep the doors of your government open. This isn't just an inconvenience. This is a sign of a deeper problem. It's a symptom of a politics that has stopped being about you, the American people, and started being about scoring points. It's a politics of us versus them, where winning the argument or owning the other side is more important than doing the job you were sent to Washington to do. Now, I understand how the internet works. I know that as soon as you try to have a serious conversation, as soon as you try to speak the truth about what's happening, some folks will try.
Here go another one.
They will try.
Yeah. Now she on here asking me if something AI, and look, this is just what I was talking about, y'all. They want to be us so dang bad. Now y'all better leave me alone. It's the weekend, baby. So yeah, hold on, huh? Yeah, you want to ask me if some AI, and here you go, little Sally Walker, wanna be us. Wanna be us, y'all. Wanna be us. Yeah. Yeah. Lady, today ain't your day. Leave me alone. Yeah. Gone somewhere. Gone somewhere and play. Whip it. Girl. Okay, let me go on. I may need to come back, baby, because I don't know. I'm on one, huh? Yeah, exactly, Miss Tom. Where is she quoting that from?
To
but, you know.
find any reason to get you to look away. They'll jump in the comments. They'll say, this isn't real. Or they'll try to pick apart the words.
Now I want him to stop saying that part.
They want you to be cynical. They want you to believe that nothing can change. So you'll just tune out. But let me ask you, does the flight cancellation feel real to the person
standing in that line
on their phone? Does
exactly
the empty paycheck feel real to the air traffic controller working overtime for free, stressed, exhausted, but still showing up to keep you safe? Does that feel real to the federal worker wondering how they're going to pay the mortgage? You know, it's real, but tries to tell you to ignore the chaos you see with your own eyes. Anyone who tries to make you argue about the messenger instead of the message, well, you have to ask yourself why. Maybe they just don't want to solve the problem. Maybe they don't want you to hear the truth. Maybe they benefit from the chaos. We cannot let those voices, the voices of division and distraction, win. We are going to have a real conversation right here. And it's a conversation that is long overdue. This is too important, and the stakes are too high to have this talk just once. I need to know you're here. I need to know you're listening. If you believe that we deserve a government that functions, if you believe we deserve leaders who will put your family's safety and your economic security above their own political gains, then I need you to subscribe to this channel right now. And if you really want to be part of the solution, if you want to dig in and support this work, then become a member. This isn't just about watching a video. This is about building a community of folks who are paying attention. It's about sending a message loud and clear that we are not going to look away. We are not going to be silent. We have a lot to talk about. And the people in Washington, they need to know that we are watching. So let's talk about what just happened. We're told Senator Schumer and the Democrats
Yeah.
put a proposal on the table.
I don't want to travel either, Karen.
Employees paid to get those airports running smoothly again. Now, I've been in the Oval Office. I've been in the Situation Room.
You got to hear about this thing. There's this new air purifier out there. It's basically a mold killer that destroys hidden spores and makes...
I know what compromise looks like. I know that in a democracy, nobody gets 100% of what they want. That's the deal. You sit down, you talk, you argue, but you do it in good faith. You do it with the understanding that the person across the table isn't your enemy. They're your fellow American. You do it with the understanding that your primary job, your only job, is to make life better and safer for the people who sent you there. That's the work. It's hard. It's messy, but it's necessary. And what did we see? We saw that proposal rejected. We're told Senate Republicans, taking their cues from the White House, said no clear end in sight. That's what the reports say. Now let's be clear about what that means. A no in Washington isn't just a word. That no has consequences. That no.
Okay, Carol, who did it have something to do with? It was planned.
Who we depend on has to make a choice between gas for the car or medicine for their child. That no means a small business owner who has the contract with the government, who provides cleaning services or food services, has to lay off their employees. That no means a scientist waiting for a research grant, a family waiting for benefits, a veteran waiting for services. They all just have to wait. They are all being held hostage. Hostage to what? To gridlock, to an administration that seems to prefer chaos over compromise, to a style of leadership that sees government not as a tool to help people, but as a punching bag in a political fight.
Absolutely.
This is what I find so frustrating. This exhaustion that you're feeling, that sense that the people in charge are playing games while you're just trying to live your life. That's real, and it's not normal. We cannot allow this to become normal. This is not what our founders envisioned. This is not the more perfect union they asked us to build. Using the livelihoods of American families as bargaining chips, that's not strength, that's weakness. It's a failure of imagination. It's a failure of leadership. It's a failure to see that behind all the numbers and the polls and the cable news hits, there are real people. People who are tired, people who are scared, and people who, more than anything, just deserve better. They deserve a government that works. And frankly, they deserve leaders who are grown-ups, leaders who understand that the job is not about you, it's about you, the American people. That is the fundamental promise. And right now, that promise is being broken. This isn't the first time we've seen this. This isn't the first time we've seen leaders in Washington use a government shut now as a bargaining chip. I've seen it from the other side. I've lived it. I've sat in those rooms. And I can tell you, every single time it is a choice. It is a choice to inflict pain on the American people to try and get something you want. It is a manufactured crisis. It's not a flood. It's not a hurricane. It is a decision made by people in power to stop the government from working. And what's worse is that it's becoming a habit. It's becoming part of the playbook. And every time it happens, it does a little more damage, not just to the economy, not just to the families who miss a paycheck. It does damage to our trust. It damages our faith in the idea that our government can do anything, right? It makes us cynical. It makes us angry. It makes us turn on each other. And that's what the people who thrive on division want. They want you exhausted. They want you to believe that the whole system is broken, that nothing matters, that nobody is telling the truth. It's a terrible strategy. And it's a short-sighted one. Think about the message it sends to the world. We are the beacon of democracy. We are the nation that other countries look to as an example. And they look at us now and they see our airports in chaos. They see us unable to perform the most basic function of government to keep the lights on. They see us fighting amongst ourselves. This is not who we are. This is not the America I know. The America I know is resourceful. It's optimistic. It's pragmatic. The America I know rolls up its sleeves and solves problems.
It's called karma, Donald. This was Donald Trump in 2015 as he was mocking disabled persons. This was Donald Trump this past week. Oh, how the tables have turned, Donald. Now, after passing out...
Yeah, I remember that when he was mocking.
It's called karma, Donald. This was Donald Trump in 2015 as he was mocking disabled persons. This was Donald Trump this past week. Oh, how the tables have turned, Donald. Now, after passing out or falling asleep during some weird press conference at the end of the week and then having his Department of Justice file briefs with the United Supreme Court to deprive 42 million Americans of SNAP benefits, literally starving Americans to death, Donald Trump just left. He sent a message to the Maga Republican senators saying, don't leave until you kill the filibuster. You must stay in D.C. Nothing happened there. They didn't even listen to him. And then Donald Trump went to Mar-a-Lago on the taxpayer dime, where he's probably going to be golfing again. Here he is getting off the airplane back in Florida that we, the taxpayers, pay for. By the way, Kristi Noem.
Just like, are we paying for DoorDash?
They got 2 private jets,
for Ghislaine
nice Gulfstreams that they're gallivanting around the world. Argentina got $40 billion. Billionaires are getting tax cuts and they can write off their private jets and get exemptions there. But when it comes to paying these SNAP benefits, nope, there Americans need to starve. When it comes to your health care, nope, Donald Trump wants to take that away from you also. I'm going to give you another important data point in just a moment, but here's Donald Trump walking into Mar-a-Lago. You see him right here. I don't even know what he's doing with his hands. He looks demented. Just take a look at him, right? He's screaming at random people there. Here he is. I'll just show you the footage for yourself. You can judge what the hell's going on here. He just starts yelling at people at Mar-a-Lago. Let me show you what goes down. Play this clip.
Have a good night. You're the best, USA.
Well, and here's what's happening at Mar-a-Lago as well. Right after last weekend,
it don't even be nobody over there
in martini glasses for the Great Gatsby Roaring 20s theme party with the slogan, "A little party never killed nobody," as Donald Trump's actually killing Americans by depriving them of health care and getting rid of their SNAP benefits. Here's what was going on yesterday at Mar-a-Lago. I genuinely don't know what this event is, but you again have women dressed like this. Again, I have no clue what this is, what's happening at Mar-a-Lago. You can judge for yourself.
Didn't that person come over here the other day? Didn't a patriot, somebody come over here the other day that I had to give them a treatment? A patriotic somebody came over here with that foolishness the other day, and I had to give them a treatment. So you all up in here like that. Y'all better stay from over here. Hey, Tehran.
What's happening at Mar-a-Lago, you can judge for yourself. Apparently, there was also a very high-end jewelry auction taking place.
Your money funny. Your money funny. You in there auctioning off jewelry and shit. Denying food to the poor. Okay.
Jewelry that purports to be worth hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars being auctioned off at this event. Great optics and great behavior. I'm being sarcastic, of course, while Americans are suffering right now. How despicable is that? Also, our sleuths at the Midas Touch Network found this. At Mar-a-Lago, they have a, quote, copy of the Resolute desk on display. So Trump's club members, part of the grift, they pay him hundreds of thousands of dollars or more. I think it's getting close to $1 million in annual membership fees. And then what? They take the Resolute desk from the White House, from prior administrations, and put it in Mar-a-Lago. I mean, that, again, belongs to us. Okay, he destroyed the East Wing of the White House. He's taking the Resolute desk. Let's just be very clear who Donald Trump is. He's a sexual abuser. He's a felon. He's a criminal. He's a bankrupter. And he's doing what he's done.
Say it again.
He's taking the Resolute desk. Let's just be very clear who Donald Trump is. He's a sexual abuser.
Yep.
He's a felon.
Yep.
He's a criminal. He's a bankrupter. And he's doing what he's done to his companies his entire life to the United States of America right now. And we're all like non-consenting people in his utter train wreck and disaster. At least I suppose with his companies, and I don't say this lightly, the damage was limited to what those companies were doing, although I don't want to make light of it because he destroyed the lives of tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people with his deceit and bankruptcies. Now the entire country, other than the billionaire friends of his, are suffering, are absolutely suffering. I mean, just look at this. You have Attorney General Pam Bondi Friday night bragging the Supreme Court granted our administrative stay in the case to block SNAP benefit payments to the American people. This is a direct quote. I'm not like being hyperbolic, folks. She goes, our attorneys will not stop fighting day and night to defend and advance Trump's agenda.
Hey, Purple Flower.
You gave $40 billion to Argentina. That's the Trump agenda, is $40 billion to Argentina. And then where a district court orders you, pay the SNAP benefits. You have the money.
That patriotic guy.
Contingency fund account. Just pay the people. The Trump agenda is to starve Americans to death. Once again, I don't care what political party you're from. Democrat,
y'all get the likes up, please.
No party. What Trump is doing is inflicting cruel and unusual punishment and torture, both physical and psychological, on the American people. Trump's behavior, as Judge Ellis in Chicago said regarding the ICE raids and the gassing and the chemical warfare against people there, quote, shocks the conscience. Intentional infliction of emotional distress against the American people. That's why the American people sent that resounding message on Tuesday. And all Donald Trump wants to do is make Americans suffer and suffer more. Our friend Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett says, if you're one of the 40 million Americans receiving SNAP, please never forget that Trump and the Republicans were lockstep, making sure you didn't get your $6 a day. Oh, and if you just have a soul and think this is cruelty, especially as our tax dollars are wasted on countless golf trips and private jets for Kristi Noem and $173 billion for ICE to inflict cruelty on migrants, please never forget. And then yesterday, Trump was calling affordability a Democratic con job. Here's what he said. Play this clip.
Want a
That's a big number because Walmart's respected. I mean, Walmart is Walmart, and they're giving you prices. So that would mean that the whole series of pricing
he want a stadium
costs,
named after him.
The groceries and everything else, it was a con job. It was a con job. Affordability, they call it, was a con job by the Democrats. The Democrats are good at a few things: cheating in elections and conning people with facts that aren't true. It was 25%. Walmart just announced it 2 days ago. 25% cheaper this year will be cheaper to have Thanksgiving than it was a year ago under Sleepy Joe Biden.
Then when a reporter fact-checked Donald Trump because he claimed that Thanksgiving would be 25% cheaper this year than it was under former President Biden, he said, Walmart told me it was 25% cheaper. Everybody knows that Walmart's list this year contains 14 items and all of their value items. Last year, it contained over 20 items and brand name items. So they reduced the items by over 7, and then they went to the generic Walmart brands, and Trump's bragging that it's 25%. Look, I don't even have to fact check Trump. You know that when you leave your home and you buy things, it's more expensive. So all of this Trump saying there's no inflation and everybody's doing great, to me, it just inflicts more psychological torture. And as I've said, Trump hates this country. He hates you. He hates America. MAGA Republicans hate you, and they hate America. We just have to be very clear about
facts.
That. Let's play this clip of Trump attacking the reporter and saying, oh, you're fake news, for just pointing out the facts that the Walmart list contains less items. Again, I don't care what political party you're from. You should look at this, and this should piss you off. Here, play this clip.
President, since you brought up the Walmart Thanksgiving meal, and it is cheaper, but it also contains less.
Well, I haven't heard that. You're telling me. Who are you with? Who are you with?
I'm NBC News, sir.
Fake news. NBC. You're fake news. What a NBC's gone down the tubes along with most of the rest of them.
And then, to make things even worse,
anybody who
Trump says why he wants to deprive Americans of SNAP benefits is he goes, we need to remain very liquid as a nation. And we don't have the liquidity, meaning we don't have the cash flow, we don't have the money, the cash, to fund SNAP. I just want you to think about that, because he had the cash to pay $40 billion to Argentina, right? So there was cash for that. They have the cash to pay for Kristi Noem's private jets and ICE to inflict torture on people. And they have $1 trillion in defense spending, wherever the hell that money's going, probably to fund, Trump oligarch buddies. They have the money to fund private prisons and all. They don't have the money to feed Americans in what's supposed to be the wealthiest nation of the world. But here's the thing, too. Hasn't Donald Trump claimed that he's brought in $22 trillion? Isn't that what he brags about? I brought in $22 trillion or $18 trillion. $22 trillion's coming. So if you brought in $22 trillion, there should be so much liquidity that we're actually in a golden age. But instead, what's going on here, folks, is that Trump is engaged in the largest Ponzi scheme in the history of the world. That's what's taking place. Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme was $65 billion. This is worse. Here, play this clip.
And one other thing, our country has to remain very liquid because problems, catastrophes, wars, could be anything. We have to remain
that he's
liquid.
trying
to
create
give, everything away based on a number. Here's an example. When I was president, the number that you're talking about was a tiny fraction of what it is now. Biden went totally crazy, gave it to anybody that would ask, gave it to people that were able-bodied, had no problem. Anybody that would ask, we get the number. And it's many times the number of people are on. That wasn't meant for that.
And meanwhile, there's no end in sight for the government shutdown. I'm going to do a whole other video about this. But Democrats on Friday offered a compromise, one that at first I was frustrated about, but I ended up understanding why they did it. So the Democrats said, why don't we agree to just extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies for 1 year, but we need a date certain at which point we can agree to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies longer or come up with a plan to make Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act better, and let's propose solutions and let's do it in public to the American people. The MAGA Republicans said that's nonsense. We don't even want to extend the subsidies for 1 year. It's a non-starter. So Democrats called their bluff, and MAGA Republicans said, we don't want to talk to you about a 1-year Affordable Care Act extension at all. So how do you even talk to these people? MAGA Republican Senator John Kennedy said, maybe it will be 2026 when we'll come out of the shutdown. I'm not kidding, he says. The shutdown is going to last a long time. What's going to get us out of it? If you go back, remember the Midas Touch videos where the shutdown began? Do you remember the commentary that I gave? I said this shutdown's going to last longer than a year. I said it's going to go into 2026. I'm like, nah, ban this. And I said, go back and watch the show I did with Governor Newsom on his podcast. I said, Trump's going to demand they do the filibuster. I said, that comes next. We'll see if they do that. But if they don't do that, there's not going to be an ending. It's exactly what's happening right now. There was so much bad economic data yesterday. It was really tragic. We learned that there was 153,000 more jobs lost in October. Meanwhile, I'll do a video on this too. Canada gained 66,000 jobs in October. There may have even been more jobs lost because Trump's hiding. The Bureau of Labor Statistics isn't even publishing the data. We got that from private sources. Consumer confidence, economic expectation data from the University of Michigan reports essentially at all-time lows. And going back to those jobless reports, it's the worst since the Great Recession and COVID. I mean, these are horrific numbers, recessionary or depression style numbers. And some of those jobless claims are the highest amongst young people as well. Really bad stuff. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is rage posting. He goes, while cattle prices have dropped substantially, the price of boxed beef has gone up. Therefore, you know something is, quote, fishy. You'll get
Which beef? Beef that don't have possible humans in it. You know, because that's what word on the street is. Coming over here from them Zionists who only want the blood. Feeding us the kids.
To the bottom of it very quickly. There's criminality. Those people responsible.
I mean, we don't want to believe it, but
I have asked the DOJ to immediately begin an investigation into meat packing companies who are driving up the price of beef through illicit collusion, price fixing, and price manipulation. We will always protect our American ranchers, and they are being blamed for what is being done by the majority foreign-owned meat packers who artificially inflate prices and jeopardize the security of our nation's food supply. A lot of the collusion was taking place in 2021, right after COVID, as a result of Donald Trump's mishandling of COVID. A lot of that ended up becoming addressed in the market. The beef prices are going up for a variety of reasons. Trump's trade war against the world is one of the reasons, amongst others. But Donald Trump's been horrible to the cattle ranchers. He's talked about bringing in beef from Argentina that has foot and mouth disease. So when he says, we're going after foreign collusion, dude, you're out there saying you want to bring in the foreign beef. It's just, I don't know if you know cattle ranchers out there. I've spoken to a lot of senators who work for cattle ranchers. You may be a cattle rancher.
Foot and what disease?
Like, this guy's lying to you, right? like this guy just begin an investigation into meat packing companies who are driving up the price of beef through illicit collusion, price fixing, and price manipulation. We will always protect our American ranchers, and they are being blamed for what is being done by the majority foreign-owned meat packers who artificially inflate prices and jeopardize the security of our nation's food supply. A lot of the collusion was taking place in 2021, right after COVID, as a result of Donald Trump's mishandling of COVID. A lot of that ended up becoming addressed in the market. The beef prices are going up for a variety of reasons. Trump's trade war against the world is one of the reasons, amongst others. But Donald Trump's been horrible to the cattle ranchers. He's talked about bringing in beef from Argentina that has foot and mouth disease. So when he says, we're going after foreign collusion, dude.
So the cows in Argentina have foot and mouth disease. I don't either. But that just flipped my stomach. Hi, Consuela. Yeah, that just flipped my stomach. Oh my God. What is foot and mouth disease? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm finna have to, Argentina. Cows. And he just get, oh Lord. Oh Lord, I just saw a picture. Oh wait, let me. Recent events involving sick cows in Argentina have included incidents of suspected poisoning and separating ongoing concerns and actions related to foot and mouth disease. And Trump just sent them money. Our money. Hey, exclusive. He just sent our money to invest in sick cows and shit. Hold on. Oh Lord, this is really flipping my stomach, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie.
Is that a possibility? Well, the president has mentioned it a couple of times. I think you'll be hearing more about exactly what that looks like. Right now, in America, we consume about 12 million metric tons of beef. 10 million of that we produce here in America, but the 2 million I'm talking about, we've been offshoring. And there's different parts of that, you know, what McDonald's buys in ground beef versus the actual muscle cuts, which is what a lot of Americans, the healthy part of all of this. I mean, here's the other thing that's so exciting for our beef industry is that Bobby Kennedy and my partnership with Making America Healthy Again, a lot of that is going to be moving around the new dietary guidelines around a return to saturated fats and what that means for our protein industry, beef, chicken, etc., poultry, pork is really, really, really encouraging. But having said that, we've got to make sure we've got the production to be able to align with that. So yes, the president has said he's in discussions with Argentina. I think we'll be hearing more about that in the next day or two. But as part of that 12 million metric tons, it will not be very much. Argentina is also facing a foot and mouth disease issue, which we at USDA have to ensure that our livestock industry is secure. And I know you've heard a lot about the screwworm coming up from Mexico. Foot and mouth is a challenge too. So we're on the front lines. We're going to ensure our livestock industry is protected.
The screwworm.
This is a very nuanced, very complex market, but that we're moving in every potential possible direction
a worm.
To make sure we've got a good future
I
for
told y'all them
ranchers.
parasites. I told y'all.
What about beef from Argentina? Is that a possibility?
No, well, is he eating Thanksgiving dinner from Walmart?
A couple of times. I think you'll be hearing more about exactly what that looks like.
Listen with your good ear.
In America, we consume about 12 million.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Listen, what did I just do? Did I just knock down everything? Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen. Baby, so now they are poisoning us from foreign countries because they have land and businesses over there. Oh man, did I just lose all of what I had up? I cannot stand when I mess up like that. Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. I done lost everything. Oh my God. Hold on.
Of times. I think you'll be hearing more about exactly what that looks like. Right
Trying to
now,
keep, absolutely.
In America, we consume about 12 million metric tons of beef. 10 million of that we produce here in America, but the 2 million I'm talking about, we've been offshoring, and there's different parts of that, you know, what McDonald's buys in ground beef versus the actual muscle cuts, which is what a lot of Americans, the healthy part of all of this. I mean, here's the other thing that's so exciting for our beef industry is that Bobby Kennedy and my partnership with Making America Healthy Again, a lot of that is going to be moving around the new dietary guidelines around a return to saturated fats, and what that means for our protein industry. Beef, chicken, etc., poultry, pork is really, really, really encouraging. But having said that, we've got to make sure we've got the production to be able to align with that. So yes, the president has said he's in discussions with Argentina. I think we'll be hearing more about that in the next day or two. But as part of that 12 million metric tons, it will not be very much. Argentina is also facing a foot and mouth disease issue, which we at USDA have to ensure that our livestock industry is secure. And I know you've heard a lot about the screwworm coming up from Mexico. Foot and mouth is a challenge too. So
a screwworm, a screw worm trying to screw us out of our life. I ain't never in my life heard nothing about no screw worm. What in the hell is a screw worm? So if y'all have noticed, I've been real heavy on burgers, period. Yep, real heavy on that. Parasites cleaning our system. I talked about it last night. Why do they doctors never, ever, ever prescribe anything, any illness, nothing about parasites or worms, nothing. They don't tell you what some of these diagnoses that they have for us, they never related to the parasites. But if you Google it, let me give you one. Dementia. Hold on. It's like, why they don't ever go here? Let's see. They say no. But let me ask it this way. Can parasites be in the brain? Can the worms be in the brain? Okay. See, I mean, because, listen, y'all. They want to be able to make money, right? So, it's just, can parasites be in the brain? What does it say? Why they don't ever tell people that? Because this is what is causing the dementia. It can be in the brain, y'all. If you Google, at least 90% of the ailments are triggered by worms. But I've never, ever, ever seen a doctor write a prescription to kill parasites. Why? You can only kill them through holistic herbs and teas. They never tell us that. They want us to eat this nasty ass food that's contaminated, and they know it's contaminated. Now we finding out that they are really marketing the dead, unalive bodies. They draining the blood and taking the bodies to butchers and selling it. And we wonder why we stay sick. What did Benny say? I don't see a Benny because you don't have parasites. Kevin, yes, you do. What do you mean you don't have parasites? You a lie? How do you not have, Kevin? Kevin, don't come in here with that bull crap. You do have parasites. I don't know if probiotic kills parasites. I've never heard a probiotic killing parasites. When you look up the remedies, it don't say probiotics. Hold on. It says probiotics may play a role in reducing the severity and duration of parasitic infections, but they do not directly kill parasites. Black walnut tea, yeah, it's a whole list of stuff. That's why I take probiotic every day. But once I did that cleanse that I showed y'all, I saw it. And just imagine, let's just hypothetically say for the ones who never have cleansed, who don't take the natural herbs or supplements to slow them down, kill them, kill the eggs, all of that. Just imagine how long they've been in us. Just imagine. You've never taken the steps, and like Vinny, like Kevin Hill say, we parasites. No, they're not rare. No, they're not rare. No, they're not. So I'm sure you have a whole bunch of them. I'm sure you have a whole bunch of them. Do you have dogs, Kevin? Do you have dogs, Kevin? See, this is why they don't talk about it. People like Kevin, he wants you to think you don't have them. Okay, so I'm not gonna do y'all homework, Kevin. But I'm gonna let you read this for yourself. Yeah, they say you if you have dogs, you yeah, you really got them. But hold on, I'm just gonna do this, and I'm getting back to what I was talking about. But Kevin, get on somewhere. Go on, stop lying. Do your own research. So right here, this is it. Are parasites rare? What it say, Kevin? What it say, Kevin? What it say, Kevin? All I asked is are they rare? It says no, they are not rare. Okay? I didn't specify. I didn't specify which ones, but they are not rare. And with all this poison ass food, it's more common than not. We ain't say nothing about cats. See how you moving the goalposts, Kevin? I'm gonna put you out. I'm gonna put you out. You said it was rare. Now you said my cats. Is it rare? No, it's not. Bye, Kevin. Next time you come over here, don't come over here lying. I want my people over here to heal. You want them to remain sick. See the difference? See the difference, Kevin? You want them sick. I want them well. Okay?
We're on it. We're on the front lines. We're going to ensure our livestock industry is protected. But this is a very nuanced, very complex market, but that we're moving in every potential possible direction to make sure we've got a good future for these ranchers.
All right, but what about beef from Argentina? Is that a possibility?
Well, the president has...
So now y'all beef is going to come from Argentina. Let me look up this screw worm. You know, don't come over here lying. What in the hell is a screw worm? Guess what? It's a parasite. Like I said, that your president has invested in that meat. Like I said. And why does it say the new world screwworm? It says a new worm. So it's new. So they got a whole new, oh man. Okay, y'all, it's coming from flies. Be advised. Let's be advised. Let's be advised. That's why McDonald's able to sell that meal for $5. Yep. She near. Y'all hit the like button. I'm finna get ready to go. My likes are not up at all. Look at here, y'all. Why does it New World Order? So they have a new screw worm to screw the U.S. out their life and money. Now, I ain't finna say, including what? Including what? It's a what? The what? Y'all get the likes up. Every time I'm tapping into the truth for the people, they send somebody over here to try to act like what I'm saying ain't true. We ain't know nothing. I ain't know nothing. And I'm going to assume majority of y'all didn't know nothing about a new world order, a new world screw worm fly. It's intentional. And he won't feed us over here, but he's going to feed them over there because they over there making money off of these badass cows. So now they got parasites, which may be why they sick. Their lips and feet and toes and shit is all messed up. I don't know. And they named it the New World Screwworm Fly. So they letting loose flies. Y'all see this? Wow. New World Order, New World Flies. Parasites. Don't let nobody tell y'all that they're not parasites. That's a lie. My problem is they're so bad now, they infect a lot of the gut. And because they lie dormant and grow and multiply, we don't die. We multiply. And you can have them in your brain. And if we never detox, never ever detox, never take natural supplements, they sit there and eat and eat. We just had a bunch of flights. You mean flies? In the last few months released over. What do you mean flights? Oh, in the air? What do you mean? Yeah, but I see them on my end. I see them on my end, but what do you mean it's black? All you have to do if it's on you on your phone, just double tap the face of your phone. Are you on your phone, Shannon? Just double tap. If you're on your computer or your tablet, then there's 3 dots at the top that you can hit. But if you on your phone, all you have to do is, and the lights will go up, and I got to get them up. So they had, in Ohio, y'all just had a bunch of flies in the last few months released over Ohio. Wow. There you go. There we go, y'all. Be aware. Now listen. So I can get back to where I was. Hold on. Let me tell you. I showed the tea sippers last week. Not last week. About 2-3 weeks ago. What I took to detox. I detoxed the metals first. Because I do eat a lot of wild caught. Because I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat meat. But so because I do eat a lot of salmon, I did the metal detox first. And then I did the parasites detox. I just recommend, since we know how they playing, and it's just fascinating to me why that never comes up in the medical field. Never. Never. But they know it exists. They have, okay, hold on. This one, like something like this, have them all. But they have drops. I did the drops. And I got it from Amazon. Hold on. Hold on. Let me do a video. See if they have a good video. Let's see what this say. I've not looked at any of these. It's going to be my first time. Let me see.
This is what happens if you potentially may have parasites.
Oh, Lord. He was digging in his butt. Lord, I know Trump got a whole bunch of them. Hold on. Let's see. Let me see what this is. Yeah, I'm trying to educate us.
This again. When you notice your four-legged child is out of food, then you remember DoorDash has.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Axe, and each and every week on this podcast, we dive deep into the science and principles behind how to heal your body physically, mentally, spiritually, and take your life to the next level. On today's episode, I'll be diving deep into parasites. There are so many people today that are struggling with parasites, and they don't know it. Parasites have been shown in clinical studies to cause gut and digestive issues, to drain your body of energy, to cause weight issues. Also, it's been linked to cancer, and I'll be going through how to cleanse your body of parasites.
Which would be why they don't mention it. Right? It causes cancers and other. But this one may be too long. So hold on. I'm trying to find one that is not so long. Let's go to this one.
Let's talk about the 7 warning signs that you may have parasites.
Let's go.
You probably already have parasites. But the good news is they're not bothering.
He said you probably already have them. Facts. Y'all double tap the face of y'all screen. Get the likes up. You probably already have them. Absolutely.
They haven't turned into some disease. The first sign is...
Did y'all hear him with y'all good ear? You probably already have them, but they have not turned into a disease just yet. So for old boy to Kevin about to get LaQuisha was because I knew he was lying. Now, why he came over here lying, I do not know. But I knew he was lying. After I did it, I saw it, Corey. I saw it. I think I've seen 2 after a movement. Yeah, if I looked at a picture of them, I could tell you which one it was. But I definitely saw it. And I was like, oh my goodness. Shannon, did the likes are coming up. Double tap, hit the 3 dots, or hit the thumbs up. Yeah, you saying it's black because only I can see them. So that's how I know when they go up. So did y'all hear him? He said you probably already have them. It just hadn't formed into a disease just yet. Keep that in mind.
Let's talk about the 7 warning signs that you may have parasites. You probably already have parasites. But the good news is they're not bothering you. They haven't turned into some disease. The first sign is fatigue. Number 2, a rash. And this is because of your immune system reacting. Because when a parasite invades the barrier in your gut, for example, and gets in your blood, you can have an immune reaction that shows up in your skin. Number 3, weight loss with no reason for losing weight. Now, you're not on an exercise program, you haven't changed your diet. The parasite is eating a lot of your nutrition. It's living in your small intestine, it's thriving. You might start developing nutritional deficiencies. Number 4 is bloating, because there's a parasite in your gut and it's creating an immune reaction. Number 5, teeth grinding. Do you grind your teeth a lot at night? Think parasite. Number 6, itching, especially in your private parts, like anal itching. And number 7, anxiety. And so when you have an imbalance of microorganisms, the parasite, that's going to affect your head. And that could be related to brain fog as well. There's an interesting theory. It's called the Red Queen hypothesis, where you have the host and the parasite that is co-evolving, existing together, competing for resources. Each side develops new strategies. And for example, if we never had parasites or pathogens which create infection, it would never force us to become stronger, to develop certain strategies of survival. Your immune system learns from it and becomes stronger, so the next time you're infected, you have antibodies sitting there waiting to defend you. Our immune system develops a defense against parasites. There's all sorts of chemicals that are released by cells to help kill the worm or whatever organism there is. On the flip side, parasites have their own strategies. One strategy is to evade your immune system. And one way they do that is to downgrade your ability to absorb vitamin D. In fact, 10% of all of the genes that you have are associated with vitamin D. And vitamin D also controls a lot of the T cells, the ones that are the quarterback that control and coordinate your immune system.
Tired of sifting through jobs that don't feel like the right fit?
D also controls a lot of the T cells, the ones that are the quarterback that control and coordinate your immune system. Another wild strategy from a parasite is to change the behavior of the host. One example of this is something called Toxoplasma gondii, which causes the rodent, the mouse, to become fearless. So it will be more likely to be eaten by a cat, because Toxoplasma gondii only can thrive in cats. But somehow they have to alter the behavior to be able to survive. Another strategy that parasites use is to take a certain protein and cover themselves to evade the immune system, because this protein mimics something in your body or something that's benign. Another strategy is to be able to go dormant and wait until you're old, you're stressed out, until the immune system is weak, and then they can kick in and actually come out and start surviving better, because they can't survive if your immune system is really strong. And so some microorganisms can change its relationship and become parasitic if the environment changes in your body. Let's take, for example, E. coli. In the large intestine, E. coli lives in a friendly manner. But when that E. coli goes up into the small intestine, and in that environment, that E. coli becomes parasitic. Another microbe that can become a parasite is H. pylori. Most ulcers come from H. pylori. And one survival mechanism that this H. pylori does is they release something that alkalizes the stomach, because they can survive better if there's not as much acid. You can even get a parasite from breathing dirt particles in the air from some construction, because there's a lot of microorganisms in the soil. Or what about you have a pet, a cat or a dog that sleeps with you, that you kiss? Animals are outside, they can pick up a parasite, and they can very easily give you a parasite as well. Another way to get parasites is when you take antibiotics, for example. You literally kill off the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. This really puts you at a major risk, immune-wise. Also realize if you consume a lot of refined sugar and junk, you're going to feed these parasites, right?
Feeding them.
Refined starches and flour products. You want to get rid of all that. Now I want to get into what to do if you actually have parasites.
Hey, Golden.
What can you do to clean them out or kill them?
Hey, Bruce.
And
Hey,
remove them from the body.
Shreen.
These herbal remedies will kill these microbes as a natural antibiotic. Sometimes there's certain side effects. You can get constipated, and you can even get flu-like symptoms for like 2 weeks. I'll tell you really what to do to prevent the negative effects. Take something to keep the bile ducts open and free-flowing. And I would recommend finding a product called Tutka. Tutka is
I ain't never heard of that.
a type of bile salt that helps open up the flow of sludge through the bile ducts itself. I would take Tutka for 2 days, and you want to take it on an empty stomach. Take 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon.
I don't know nothing about that.
To what I'm going to say next, which is a series of natural anti-parasitic herbal things and foods to help purge and kill parasites directly and indirectly. What you're really trying to do is get rid of the excess of these parasites to the point where your immune system can then take hold and take over and regulate it, so there's not this overwhelming infection. I don't think there's going to ever be a point where there's 0 parasites in your body. But if your immune system is strong, you're totally fine. The 2 remedies called wormwood extract and clove are really good at killing parasitic eggs.
You chew grass.
You usually see directions on the label. Just follow what
you chew grass. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I don't think I ever heard of that.
It, so there's not this overwhelming infection. I don't think there's going to ever be a point where there's 0 parasites in your body. But if your immune system is strong, you're totally fine. The 2 remedies called wormwood extract and clove are really good at killing parasitic eggs. You don't need to take a
I
lot
drink
of this.
cold. Now I
You usually
drink
see
cold water.
Directions on the label. Just
Clove
follow
water
what
every
those
day.
directions are. And I recommend taking these remedies with a meal. I mean, you're not creating a toxic effect in your body. You're just taking enough of these to make it very uncomfortable for these microbes to exist, because all the remedies I'm telling you are anti-parasitic. The next really important remedy would be black walnut extract. I don't know if you've ever seen a black walnut. We have several trees. In the hull, it is so bitter and has this incredible strong odor that is very, very anti-parasitic.
You better get you some baking soda and some sea salt.
Is 2 or 3 garlic cloves a day. Garlic, hands down, is one of the most anti-parasitic remedies in existence. That would be the basics. There's other things you can take too, like oregano oil. That's another good one, but you don't necessarily always need to overdo it, because just like it can kill off a parasite, it can create a reaction on your body as well if you're overdoing it. Even pumpkin seeds.
I do that right there.
It's really good for parasites. It actually causes paralysis of the parasite. As far as a probiotic, I just would include daily fermented vegetables, raw sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir. And lastly, we do not want to forget this, vitamin D. Remember, the parasite downgraded the vitamin D receptor. So unless you have enough vitamin D, your immune system might not be strong enough to deal with it. And I would take no less than 20,000 IUs, but I'd probably take 30 or maybe even 40,000 IUs of vitamin D3. To really make sure that it works, you want to take the magnesium and zinc with vitamin D. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't seen my video on...
I mean, y'all, I just think it's important now that we know that they are intentionally trying, have been doing it for a while. Yeah, I'm used to eat pumpkin seeds. Like, yeah, I've never been into them, but after everything that's going on, and now that I am really aware that they have been intentionally trying to sabotage us by way of food, and a lot of the diseases that take us out are diseases that have been originated somehow through parasites. What do you do for the metal detox? I took a supplement, some drops. Hold on, let me show y'all. Let me show you. Let me cover this up and set this down. Hold on so I can pull it up. I told y'all I just lost all my other stuff over here, so bear with me. Yeah, they trying to take us out, y'all. They trying, yeah, they doing all type of crazy stuff. They hate us for real. Hold on. But now I do the clove thing a lot every day. I have about 8 to 12 ounces of water where I let the cloves sit there. Sometimes at night before I go to sleep. Oh my God, it didn't bring all the stuff back up. Hold on. But it's some drops. I could go in there and show you quicker than what I'm trying to do right here, because I am having a time. Let me go get it. Hold on. Double tap the screen for me. Y'all still with me? Oh. Okay. So for the metals, hold on, let me do it like this. Can y'all see it? This is what I take for the metals. Heavy metals detox support. Gentle, natural, and I think you do it for 7 days. My parasite ones. Let me see if I can get this light better. Mild support. I don't know if y'all can see it. Oh, there you go. 30 drops. 3 times a day for 10 days. That's what I did. And then I also take sea moss, soursop. To get all those toxins out. Okay. I don't know where I was. But okay, so listen, since I don't went all off, anybody have any other questions about detoxing? Hold on, let me go up. I see Janet. Ooh, our time you were okay, and you have to fast and juice in order for the detox to completely be effective. Okay, pumpkin seeds and papaya seeds crushed and whole. Okay. Yeah, Mom's used to eat pumpkin seeds, okay? Because with a detox, Reese, did you see it? Odo said, hi. Detox at least 3 times a year for 10 days, okay? Cilantro is up. Cilantro is good for heavy metal. Okay, hey, dog. Why can't we save or share this content? Why can't you? I mean, I don't, I think y'all crazy. I think y'all tripping. I don't know why you can't share. It'll allow me to share. It's a share button right at the top, ain't it? Hold on. Let me show y'all something while y'all playing with me. Hold on. Are you playing, Auto? Okay. Yeah, it's like I don't know why y'all could act like y'all couldn't hit the like button. And I can hit it. Hey, Mimi. Yeah, we got to get prepared because they are intentionally doing things to take us out. I hate to say it like that, but that is absolutely the truth. And now we're hearing about the meat. And some new worm. A new worm. A whole new worm. A screw worm. They're about to screw us over, y'all. They planning to screw us over with a screw worm. I can't even say it. A whole screw worm. New World. Do y'all know anything about the New World Order? Do we need to go off into that? Thank y'all. Please share. Please share it. I mean, because we need to get prepared. They got a Argentina. We already know he done swindled money over there to Argentina. He can't help us, but he sent 40 mil. It was supposed to been 20. He doubled or nothing, right? So he done sent 40, not 20, 40 mil over there. And they got a whole cow problem. Mad cow, feet, toes, and feet, toes, and something else. And now they got worms. 40 billion. Oh, my bad. Thank you, MJK. 40 billion. And now they got a whole new madness over there called the screw. Why would you invest 40 billion over there and they cows are dying? I mess around and saw a picture and then on top of that, they giving money in other, absolutely. And then, so you gonna be using, instead of helping our cattlemen, you gonna help them over there, cause you and Elon and Delon and Bannon and all your partners and everybody in that Epstein file over there got foreign investments with this new smart city, smart state. Yeah. Well, and why would the new Israel, a fake Israel, be the state of Israel? I mean, anyway. Yeah, let me go on. And so now we find out that not only do they have these cows that's sick, same shit that we had here long time ago with the mad cow disease, and they sued Oprah. Y'all don't remember that? Long time ago. That's how Dr. Phil came out. Yeah. And so now they have it over there where he is investing, and they got some new shit. They have a whole new worm called the New World Screwworm. So this is something they done, Gates done created. New World. And then one of the T-sippers said they let a whole ton of out the plane in Ohio. Yeah, y'all better go get wormed up. And it is still blowing my mind that with all the ailments that they are constantly giving prescriptions for, they never talk to you about parasites. Never. Never. Knowing good and damn well a lot of these ailments and illnesses and diseases are triggered from the worms that are in your body. Most illnesses and diseases come from this gut. And that's why I worded it differently and asked, can you have worms in your brain? Yes. Dementia. They don't want us to know. They don't want us to know because there is no prescription that they give for that will kill the parasite. So that means that they would have to tell us God-given herbs, holistic medicines, teas, supplements to help with that and rid yourself of them. And they won't tell us that. They don't want us to heal. That's the craziest shit. So you are attacking us full circle. And then y'all have created a whole new New World screwworm that comes from a fly. Yeah. Okay.
In America, we consume about 12 million metric tons of beef. 10 million of that we produce here in America, but the 2 million I'm talking.
So how else are they going to taint us? And then on top of that, we finding these Zionists that hate us, that are over there in the genocide. So they want the blood from the victims. And then what are they going to do with the bodies? Now they done figured out a way to grind it on up in the ground meat and sell it to food chains for us to pay for. So you have a genocide. My. You have all these wasted bodies. Y'all done figured out, okay, so how can we make money off these bodies? What do we want? You got organs. I mean, we want the blood. That's our communion. So why don't we just make them cannibals and make them pay for it? They'll never know. They like Mikey. We can feed them anything. They have no idea. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. That is just, oh man. And let me take y'all money and let me invest in it. Send me money, pay me mine in what Trump coins. They'll never know. That's why he needed some more time coming up with that money that he say he made on terrorists. Well, where is that money at? Where is that? Where is that? Because if you done made trillions off of terrorists, then hell, that solves the problem. We can just use this tariff money that you said we done made trillions off of, right? Ain't that what he said, Fred? Okay, that's the answer to the problem. Where is it at? Well, see what had happened was, see what? No, okay, so just give me some more time. Why do you need time? Why are you excited about getting more time? But you said that you have made the U.S. trillions. Where is it at? Yeah, no. And y'all really want to know. I saw what I was supposed to bring y'all into earlier. It said, did Charlie Kirk figure out what was really going on with Trump and Israel and all these foreign countries? And is that why he really pulled away from pro-Israel and they took him out? That's where I was supposed to steer y'all into today. MJK, yeah, that's where the car was supposed to go today. We just done took a joyride everywhere else, but that's where we was supposed to go. What to say? Yeah, just so y'all know. But y'all ain't hit the like button, and we almost up on 2 hours. But Charlie Kirk, he may have figured out.
Movies because of cookie decorating duty, I didn't get mad.
They just leave out that part.
Yeah. MJK, you say yes. Hold on, let me try to get over here. Yeah, that's where I was.
Have you ever wondered how the Rothschild family, a banking...
No, you don't talk about them right now. Okay, so I'm gonna play this last video, but I'm gonna need y'all to get the likes up because I'm coming up on 2 hours, and my plan was to be out in 2 and come back later because I want to talk to the regular tea sippers. Are y'all ready for me to go off into like part 1, part 2 of old boy that did the undercover about the human trafficking? Are y'all ready for that this weekend? Give me a 1 or 2. 1, are we ready to starting tonight, or no? What do y'all want? Y'all want to start tomorrow? Y'all ready to jump into it? Who is on video questioning what's going on over there? I know you're not talking about Trump when all he had to do is just keep our money where it belongs in our treasury instead of making business deals with somebody else's money. It ain't his money to make those investments in, but they paying him dividends on the back end off our money like it's his money. He doing all type of shady deals. And shady investments. And that's why they was all about to lose their mind when they had that deadline. So what we gonna do, y'all? Y'all want to start tonight or tomorrow? Let me set up. And it's gonna be, because it's long, it's probably gonna be part 1, part 2. Completely losing it.
Injured in a car accident? Meet Eric and Howard, the game guys from Cantor and Pintaluga and 1-800-411-PAIN. They understand.
Leave out that part where, like, you guys committed a genocide in 4K and forced us to... They just leave out that part where, like, you guys committed a genocide in 4K and forced us to pay.
Okay, so okay. Y'all, please, I need 30 likes real quick. Okay, tea sipper. So purple flowers say I'm ready. Where my Miss Tom? You gonna Miss Tom? Who else been in here? Janet. They may have stepped out. Was Vicky in here earlier? Exclusive. These motherfuckers trying to kill shit. They really are trying to take us out. We got to be mindful of everything you eat. Y'all, come on, double tap. 7. How much juice I have? So I'm going to set it for 8:30. What time? Because I'm an hour ahead. So right now it's showing 7:02. So what about 8:30? What about 8:30 for 2 hours? We're going to try to do 2-hour increments. And then I'll do it like part 1, part 2. So that's 8. So if it's 8:02 now, so 9:30 your time, purple flower. 9:30 Eastern time. 8:30 Central time. Is that right? Okay. Yeah, let me get off of here. I can show this another time. Let me get a live set up for we're gonna deep dive into the undercover of the trafficking, human trafficking with these kids, and we're going to tap into that tonight until we get through the whole video. Okay? Can y'all walk out, like, share, subscribe, join the membership, because when I do those, they're going to go on members only. And some of these lives are about to start going members only, as well as share it out, because we're going to go in. People need to know that they are intentionally pausing us. They are intentionally investing in this new world order. Why else would this new fly, new parasite be called New World Screw Fly? Who does that? The people who are invested in the New World Order. That's who. New worm, new fly, New World Order, the screw worm. And it leaves parasites. Wow. Okay, y'all, I'll be back 8:30 Central Time. Bye.